Hi everybody, Judy Tuttle here from Tuttle Up Stamping. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Midland, Texas, and I'm glad to be with you here today. I have another online card class to go for you, and today I'm using the Sweet Pea stamp set from the annual catalog, some cute paper from the Charming Ducks collection, and assorted dies, label dies, and embellishments and that sort of thing. So welcome. Thank you for joining me. When you come on, let me know you're here. I'll be watching the comments and I will be able to know when you are here with me live. So thanks. I just came back from 5 days with a bunch of my bestie stamping friends from St. George, Utah. My mentor and business leader, Rhonda Wade, invited a group of us to come to St. George, Utah, and it really was just for fun and fellowship and getting together just to connect. Because this year's backstage event that Stampin' Up puts on for leaders is going to be virtual this year. So she was kind enough to arrange us all to come to St. George and spend some days together, and it was just so much fun. If you guys don't know where St. George, Utah is, it is about an hour and 40 minutes east of Las Vegas. Settled between Zion National Park and Bryce Canyon in Utah. So you can imagine beautiful views, lots of red rock. It's hot but not humid, and we just had a wonderful time. I spent one day at Snow Canyon, which is a smaller canyon next to St. George. And then we spent a day going on an ATV adventure through, hi, yay, Kathy, hi, Roz, hi, Jean, thank you, all of you, for joining me today. So I was telling them a little bit about my St. George adventure. So we took an ATV adventure, and my group decided to take a 4-seater ATV because we were too chicken to do an individual rider. And as it turned out, we got to do the most daring things, which was super fun. We got to do a lot of sand dunes, like going over the top and around and doing whirlies. And because the 1-seater and 2-seaters were a little slower, we got to go into this slot canyon and see some magnificent, amazing views. And we just had such a wonderful time. I did not drive. I did not trust myself to drive. I did not want to kill 3 of my best friends on an ATV adventure, but my friend Kim drove, and she did a fabulous job. And of course, they keep you very safe, but it was super fun. We had dinners together. Oh, one night we got to go to dinner at this place called Cliffside Restaurant in St. George, overlooking the whole canyon, and it was spectacular. And then after that, we went and saw Frozen at the Tuacan Amphitheater, which is set in the Red Rocks of St. George. Hi, Jeannie. Hi, Dana. Hi, everyone. Thanks for being here. So I just got back at about 4 o'clock last night. Well, about closer to 3:15. Had to come right home, change clothes, because we had an event at our church last night that my committee, my ladies committee, put on. So it was a whirlwind. I was exhausted, but I managed to put together 3 such fun cards. Is that right, Lori? How awesome is that? How often do you go to St. George? I love St. George too. You guys, that is a place everyone should visit next time. I told my husband I'm taking him with me because I want him to experience St. George as well. It's just amazing. So anyway, I got back, had an event last night. I came home, and if you can imagine, I was wiped out. I was a little nervous about being able to get things together for you today, but I did. I got some fun sweet pea cards. So I'm going to talk to you about an upcoming event and some sales we have going on right now. While I'm at it, this is the current host code that I'm using, 2FHBF4CB. So you might want to take a screenshot of that if you're thinking of placing an online order with me. And here is my shop, the TuttleUpShop.com, where you can go to directly to my online store. And if you use that host code 2FHBF4CB. Now, I just found out if you're a demonstrator, you can place your order with a host code. You have to just go into the customer view of our online store. And if you put in that host code, that sale will go directly to me. So there's been some confusion about that in the past. I have lots of demonstrators who buy from me, so I don't want to leave you guys out. But if you're a customer that doesn't have a demonstrator, I would love to have your order. Okay, so I'm going to keep that up there momentarily. What I want to remind you all of is that currently we have a DSP special going on, 15% off a select series of DSP papers that are in the annual catalog. The one I'm using today is actually that one that is sitting right next to Tuttle Up Shop right there. I just tried to put my cursor on it, and that doesn't quite work with this program. But I'm going to be using that paper today, and there's so many beautiful papers in our annual catalog that are on sale. That sale will go until August 31st. So if you're interested in getting some designer series paper, stocking up on that while it's on sale, now's a good time to do it. My next big event is going to be my Fall Super Saturday, September 28th, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., or you can take it to go as well. There are 3 classes being offered. One of them is using the Sending Cheer snowman stamp set that is in the online exclusive section of my store. And we have the fun, loads of fun dies that coordinate with that we'll be using. We will also be using the More About Autumn, More About Autumn, More for Autumn. Anyway, it's a new stamp bundle that's coming out in the new holiday catalog that should be out in the beginning of September, and we will be using. It's a set that has a lot of words in it that are die cut out. It has pumpkin spice phrases, autumn phrases, even hot cocoa phrases. It's super cute. And then I secured 10 of the haunted house kits that are now not available, and you can add one of those to your cart as well. So you can take one class or 2 classes or all 3 classes. I will be sure to put the link to that event up in the description after this video is over. Okay. All right, I am going more than autumn. Thank you, Jean. More about, more to, more from. You're right, more than autumn. Thank you. So it's a super fun bundle, and that is the one that I'm using, one of the ones that I'm using for my Super Saturday Fall Retreat, in person or to go. So I'll send the link to that. I'm going to remove all of these plackets here, and I'm going to go to my hands so we can get started on our projects for today. So here we go. My camera keeps wanting to drop on me, and I have an Archon mount, and that happens sometimes. So I'm going to try to straighten it out here for you real quick. And then we can stamp together. So last week I did a mystery stamping event, and I told you that if you shared your project with me using the mystery stamp measurements, you could win a prize. And this week, I had several of you send me your beautiful cards. Thank you for that. This is the stamp set I'm giving away. It comes with a label punch, but I am not giving that away. That would be a little out of my price range. Hi, Jackie. Thank you for joining me today. So the winner of last week's Share Your mystery card is Sharon Stevenson. And Sharon, I think I have your address, so I will get this in the mail to you this week. Labeled with love. Super fun stamp set. Okay, so the stamp set that I am using today is the Sweet Peas. Really cute little, fun, whimsical, right? It says, "You make me happy." Hello, Grumpy. Look at that grumpy little pea there. We're not using that one today, but he's cute. But I don't know if I want to call any of my friends Grumpy. So I don't know. Maybe I could send a card with a Grumpy on it to my husband when he's being grumpy. I'm not sure. So welcome, Sweet Pea. Happy birthday. And then all these cute little peas. This looks like a little baby pea. This likes a little in love pea. These are just fun peas, and these are little birthday party peas, as well as that one. Some fun little leaf backgrounds, and I'm going to be doing a lot of fussy cutting today because it doesn't have a coordinating die. They can't do dies for everything, especially for things they might not think will be around for more than a year. So this is the stamps I'm using today. I'm also using an assortment of the papers from the Charming Ducks. There's a lot of neat backgrounds. I'm using that pink gingham stripe. I'm using this peach pie, just, accent paper. I'm also using, let's see if I can find it in here, if I haven't used it all. Maybe I have. Let's see. Here. I know I have another piece in here, I think, anyways, but maybe not. You'll see it. It's a piece with the cattails on it. Oh, there it is. That piece right there. The one I was saying that was on that sale flyer. So this DSP pack, 6x6 DSP pack, is currently on sale for $10.62 instead of $12.50. And maybe if you want this online card class to go, you can add those to your cart this time. Okay, I'm sorry. My camera is being fiddly today, so I'm going to try to get it there we go, adjusted the way I wanted, and hopefully it won't keep dropping like that. Okay, so here we go. I'm using the Sweet Pea stamp set. I'm using the Charming Ducks Designer Series paper. I'm using 4 ink pads, Memento Black, Shy Shamrock, Peach Pie, and a Pool Party. Those are the ink pads that I'm using, and then I have quite an assortment of blends that I'm using today. I am using the Peach Pie blends, the Shy Shamrock light and dark blends, the Lemon Lime Twist blends, a little bit of dark Old Olive, and the light and dark Pretty Peacock. Those are the blends that I am using today. Okay, so I'm going to put this stuff aside. Oh, let me tell you real quick what die sets I'm using in case you want to add those to your cart. I am using the Nested Essentials dies. I'm using 2 of these rectangular with a curved edge. I'm using, of course, use them every week, the Stylish Shapes dies. I'm using the Countryside Corners dies. These have been around for a little bit. I'm using one of those as a tag. And I'm using the Deckled Circle die. And this one is 4 1/4 inches in diameter. Okay, 4 1/4 inches in diameter. Then I have a couple of embossing folders that I'm using. This is about dots. This is the Darling Dots. This one I'll have to get back to you on, or maybe somebody fun out there can look it up for us. Something about details, darling details, dashing details, I think is what it's called. Okay, so those are everything that's involved in today's cards. Let's get started. So I'm going to start with the one that I did first today. I'm kind of proud of myself because I wasn't sure I could pull this off after being so tired. But I did. I don't have the sticker labels on today. I'm sorry, I ran out of time. So this is a 5.5 by 8.5 piece of Pretty in Pink cardstock. That is one of our new ink colors. And I scored it down the middle at 4 1/4. Okay, I'm going to get my bone folder and put a good crease on that fold right there. Okay, then to get started, I'm going to start with the inside, just so we have that down. So I'm going to take this large leaf right here, and I am going to stamp it in Memento Black. You know what? Well, it doesn't matter. I can do it in any order. I'm going to put Memento Black ink and stamp this leaf right here in the corner of the inside of my card. Then I'm going to grab my Pool Party ink pad, and I'm going to use my blending brush. I think this Pool Party needs to be inked a little bit because can you see in the middle how it's a little wider? Okay, so remember when you use your blend, you're going to go off the side of the card and you're going to pull it in, and we're just going to blend over that leaf shape right there. This is going to go on the inside of our card. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit more. Okay, right like that. Just give it a little blue shadow right there. And while I'm at it, I have a square, stylish shape. And this one is 2 3/4 inch by 2 3/4. And I'm going to add some blue to the center of that one too, because I already have my brush out and I know I'm going to want to add some blue right there. So, you guys heard about all my fun I had this last week. What did you do that was fun? Anybody have a really exciting weekend? Let us know about it. Okay? All right. So, I'm going to start with my light lemon lolly, and I'm going to ink up my leaves here. Okay, you're going to add a little dark right along where that stem is and at the bottom of each one, just to add a little dimension to my leaves. And I'm done with the inside of my card. I'm going to zoom in. This mount today is making me a little crazy, I'm not going to lie. So I'm going to try to make it a little more better here and hope that it doesn't keep sagging closer and closer. Okay, so I'm going to add some adhesive to the back side of this and put it on the inside of my card base here. All right, so that's the inside of my card. Now on the front of my card, I have cut a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of this Darling Charming Duck paper, but I'm using the pink gingham side. I'm going to add this to my card front. Right there. So the best part of the whole trip is just spending time with friends and getting to do some fun things together. So this is a piece of basic white. It is cut 1.5 inches by 5.5 inches, and I used that Dashing Details embossing folder to emboss it. So you can see the cool design that it put on it there. I'm going to put that right here to the side of this panel, and it's going to go on flush with this side and top to bottom. So right like that, okay? Now to just add a little green to the background, I have cut a piece of Lemon Lolly cardstock, 1/2 inch wide and 5.5 inches long, and I am going to add that right there just to kind of separate those two colors, okay? So we do spend some time when I go on these trips talking about business, but this one especially is really about fun. But being able to spend time with some rock star demonstrators and learn from them is always pretty amazing. Okay, so I'm going to get my stamp that says Happy Birthday, and I'm going to stamp it at the top of this square. In Memento black ink. There we go, happy birthday. And then I'm going to keep my Memento out because I'm going to get just a scratch piece of basic white right here. Okay, is that, yep. And I'm going to stamp some leaves. One big one. I need to zoom in a little bit, don't I? Here. There we go. One big leaf. One of the smaller leaves. And then one of the peas that is still in the box here. That is called, it's the peas that don't have the birthday hats on them. It's just the regular pea pod. Pull that off. And then we're going to do some coloring and die cutting. So let me ink this one up. And I'm going to just stamp it right there, okay? I wish all of our stamp sets had dies because it's just faster, but I really do not mind fussy cutting either, okay? So what I'm going to do is this whole pea pod here, I'm going to do the whole thing in lemon lime twist. Have you guys played with the peas yet? I think they're super cute. So I have a sophisticated sled mega card class going out this week, and I have quite a few people taking it to go, so I need to get those packets out to you this week. And I'm excited about that. We have next Monday is our Changing Leaves craft along, and I have to get those kids out this week. So I've got a lot of work to do this week ahead of me. Okay, so everything in light lemon lolly, and then on the base of these leaves, I'm adding a little dark just to give it a little dimension. And maybe just some of the sides of these peas right here. Like that. Okay. And then I'm pulling in my Old Olive. And so I decided I wanted the outside of this pea pod to be Old Olive. So I'm going back over it with some Old Olive just to give it some dimension as well. And it's okay to blend colors that are not necessarily the same together with each other. So now I'm going to take my light lemon lolly again, and look how cool that looks when you blend that out, right? Gives a really nice shading and dimension with that Old Olive and Um, oh, you guys are sweet. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to grab my detailed scissors. You guys got me all flustered. Embarrass me. Okay, and I'm going to cut everything out. I'm going to fussy cut it all out. And you guys are going to see me do this several times today, but it's okay. These are not hard to fussy cut out. And you don't exactly have to go too far into the stem. But these guys, these little, what do I want to say, tentacles maybe around the top of these. I cut one off on my card I was doing as a sample because I wasn't paying attention to those little tentacles up there. Okay, so, but I'm talking like big rock stars. So it's so fun to sit down with them, and there's everybody's so willing to share with each other what they do successfully, and how we can better our best, right? And so we do talk about some of those business things, but we spend a lot of time talking about each other's lives and getting to know each other on a more personal level. You guys know that I'm doing a breast cancer fundraiser in September. And I'm making a little shift this year in that I'm going to have 2 kits. I'm going to have a non-stamping kit where you don't have to stamp at all. You can just put the ephemera. I think I said that right. They were teasing me all week about how I was pronouncing that wrong. Ephemera packs, and make 8 beautiful cards. Or you can also get a stamping option. The stamp set will be included in that kit. It's a little more pricey because stamp sets cost money, right? But it's a joy in my heart to be able to do my breast cancer fundraiser every year. And I met 2 fabulous ladies on this trip that are both breast cancer survivors, and they have agreed to let me interview them for my videos I do every year. I like to put a face behind the cause, and I've always had friends, family honor me with letting me interview them about their breast cancer journey. So I'm excited to get that going in September. I don't usually start advertising that until September, but I want you guys to know that it is coming up and it's going to be so fun this year. So, okay, so here's all my sweet peas and everything cut out. Before I put those on, I am going to grab some linen thread, and around this left side of this card, I'm going to wrap it twice. And oh, I'm glad you love this set. It was fun. And the Charming Ducks is the perfect color. Those background papers are the perfect color to make these cards as well, if you don't have that already. Okay, so I'm going to tie it in a bow right up here at the top of my card. And with this linen thread, I wrapped it around twice. Now I'm tying it in a bow like that. And see, it's a little loose, and it's okay because I'm going to show you how to fix that. So I'm going to pull my ends a little bit shorter here. And I don't like how loose that is. So you guys know my trick. I lift it up on the back. I add some Seal Plus, and I pull that extra slack out of the front, and now it lays flat on the front. So speaking of that, I don't know if you guys know, and maybe it's too much information that you don't want to know, but I've struggled a lot with my sugar levels, and I have decided to forego sugar for a while, as well as white wheat flour in bread, and I've started that journey yesterday. And you guys, I'm a sugaraholic. I love sugar. I love chocolate. But my health is more important, and I've been slacking on it lately. So I'm back on the wagon. I'll give you a little update every once in a while about my journey on that. Okay, so this is going to go. I don't know if any of you have been on that journey, and if you knew how much I love sugar, you would know how hard that is for me. So, okay, yes, see my camera. I'm so sorry. Here we go. Everything hopefully is moved up a bit. Okay, can you see now? I hope that hopefully you guys can see me. I'm sorry. I get to talking and I don't realize what I'm doing. So there we go. So I'm putting a little liquid glue on the back of these leaves here. That one's going to go there. Oh, so sorry, guys. Okay, I'm putting this leaf right here, and I'm putting liquid glue on those, and just, and I could have just stamped directly on this square, but I do like how it just shows a little dimension on the edges of those leaves when you fussy cut them out. And now I'm going to add a couple of dimensionals to the back here of this pea pod. All right, this one is going to go kind of right here. Happy birthday, isn't that cute? All right, so I've got some embellishments to add to this one, and for this one I'm using these pastel adhesive back dots because I really like the lemon lime twist color here. So I'm going to add one right here to the top and one down here at the bottom. Both of those are big, and then I'm taking a smaller one and adding it right there. Okay, so that is card number 1. Zoom out just a little bit there. That'll give me more room to be able to see. Okay, so that's card number 1. Happy birthday. Is that cute or what? Okay, so I'm going to put this one off to the side here, and I'm going to pull out my second card. I think you guys are going to love it. It's another happy birthday one, but this time I'm using those birthday party peas. And this one's a little bit simpler, I think. So well, maybe not. I think they're all simple, really. Okay, so I have 2 pieces of pool party here. Let me put all my pieces off to the side here. Again, this one is cut 5.5 by 8.5 and scored down the middle at 4 1/4. And then I have another piece here that is 3.5 by 4 3/4. 3.5 by 4 3/4. Okay. And then we'll get into all the other. Well, let's go ahead and do the white. This is again a basic white, cut 4 by 5 1/4. 4 by 5 1/4. So maybe I'll do my inside of this one first. I'm taking those leaves and I'm using that Shy Shamrock ink pad. Now, I am fully aware that the Shy Shamrock is on back order. Hopefully it'll be back soon. But in the meantime, you could use lemon lime twist at the bottom of this. I just liked the look of the Shy Shamrock with the pool party that I'm using. Okay, so I'm grabbing my Shy Shamrock here, and I am going to stamp along the bottom of this white panel with these leaves, just kind of coming up from the bottom here. You guys know how much I love to do the insides of cards with something that brings it together with the outside. see, I think I'll do it that way, like that. Okay, and then maybe a little small one, like right there, just kind of halfway up. All right, and then I'm bringing my smaller leaf in, and I'm just kind of filling in the gaps here with the smaller leaves. There we go. So it looks those pea pod leaves are just coming up from the bottom of my card base there that's going to go on the inside. Okay, so this one I'm going to add some Seal Plus to the back and go ahead and adhere that to the inside of my card base here. And that really is all I'm doing on the inside. That is enough for the inside to be a wow as well. And then something else I should tell you is that we all had to swap while we were in St. George. And so I had to make 45 swap cards to give away, but the fun thing is that I got 45 back. So I'm excited to show those to y'all. I might do that on Thursday instead of a Tuttle Tip of the Week, because I really want to show you all the beautiful cards I got from all of those Rockstar Stampers, because they are super fun. And I love when I swap with these ladies because everybody works really hard to make their swaps super awesome, but doable, redoable, right? Okay, so I'm just stamping some more of those leaves in Shy Shamrock ink on the front of this Pool Party card base. And again, this was 3.5 by 4 3/4. Okay, putting that off to the side. Now I'm going to adhere this panel right onto the front of my card base. So have I changed any of your minds about the Sweet Pea stamp set? I don't know if you've seen too many people use it, but I think it's super fun. It'd be fun for birthdays, fun for babies, right? You could do some cute baby cards with this. And now this is a piece of that Charming Ducks DSP, and this side has those koi fish on it. But this side has this peach pie, just kind of speckled pattern, and that is the one I wanted to use. I have cut 2 different labels from those Nested Essential Dies. The white label measures, let's see, almost 2 by about 3.5. And then the Shy Shamrock one is about 1 3/4 by 1. Okay, so on this white label, I'm gonna pull out my peach pie ink pad, and I'm gonna stamp some of these little they look like raindrops. I don't know if that's what they're supposed to be or not, but I'm gonna stamp some of these little raindrop. No, they're more like, I don't know what they would be. Maybe you guys have a name for it, or maybe we can just call them the little special dots from the Sweet Pea set. There we go. So maybe I'll do one more just up a little higher right here. There we go. So Pool Party, I'm sorry, I said Pool Party. Peach Pie is that color. And now this one can be popped up right here, about 1 inch from the end of that Peach Pie DSP. And I'm going to use dimensionals on this, okay? One in the middle, because I don't like saggy middles. You guys know that. Okay, I'm just pulling off my dimensional backings here. And that's going to pop up right there. The next thing I'm going to do is stamp happy birthday again in Memento black ink in the center of this Shy Shamrock label I cut. Boop. And what I'm going to do, since this is going to kind of lean over this one a little bit like that, I don't want to put a dimensional on this side or it would be sideways. So I'm going to put flat glue here on this side where the ha and the birthday are. And then on the other side, on the P day side, I'm going to add a couple of dimensionals right here. Okay, so this side will be evened with the pop-up of this label, and this side will be popped up at the same height as that label as well. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to add that right like that. All right, so now all I have to do is stamp and die cut out my, fussy cut out my peas. My pea pieces. So I'm grabbing just a scrap piece of Whisper White, and again this time I am using the peas that have the birthday hats on, and then the little pea that has a birthday hat on. I'm going to stamp them in both in Memento black ink. Ooh, I just re-inked this black, and that might be a little overdoing it. Let's see what happens when I stamp this. If it looks too blotchy, I might, oh, nope, that's perfect. All right, and then my singleton pea with a hat on, I'm going to stamp 2 of those. 1, 2. Okay, there we go. When your Memento black starts looking a little fuzzy, you know it's time to re-ink them. All right, so I'm grabbing my light and dark Shy Shamrock, and I'm gonna just do the top of this pea pod. Hope you guys can see me. Maybe I'll zoom in here a little bit for my coloring. Here we go. Okay, light pea pod. On the outside of my pea pod, I'm doing Shy Shamrock Light. I had so much fun playing with these. There's another stamp that says "Welcome, Sweet Pea," so that would be cute for a baby card, right? I didn't use that one today, but that would be a fun one to use. You could easily switch out all these pea pods to fit the occasion that you're trying to make a card for. There we go. That's all I need for that. I'm going to add a little bit of shading with my dark. There we go. So there's my pea pod. So now I'm going to go back to my lemon lime twist, and I'm going to color all my peas. Now watch their mouths. I kept their mouths white inside, like they have beautiful teeth smiling at you. I know it's kind of weird. The peas would be smiling at you, but they can. And then here, these 2 peas, my singleton peas blowing the horns. I'm going to start with the light. Ooh. There we go. I'm going to add in some color here, just along the edges with the darker. Okay, and then for their party hats, I have peach pie blends, and I'm doing should be doing the light. So let me grab my light one here. So light peach pie on their hats. I even kind of made their pom-poms kind of pop here. There we go. And then use the dark to kind of fill in those stripes a little bit with a darker shade. All right, so there's all my coloring for those. I'm going to fussy cut them out really quickly here. Don't cut off the horn. The horns are pretty cute. So Kathy's here, and last year her sister Mary usually watches on replay, was going through a breast cancer journey, and she joined me for a video, and it was just so sweet. Actually, I should do a follow-up video this year with Mary on how she's doing, because she rocked her cancer journey. And you know, we have to remember that not everyone is that lucky. So anyway, I would love for you guys to support my breast cancer fundraiser. We'll be putting the cards together in person or Zoom. And you can choose either way, or you can just choose to get a kit and put them together on your own. All the details about that will be coming out pretty soon. So I spend my whole month, and you guys are going to get really tired of me talking about it, but I don't care. Talking to you about my breast cancer fundraiser, because if you do nothing else, I would love for your support with that. So, and maybe some of you out there have been are breast cancer survivors too. It affected my sister, my best friend's daughter when she was 27 years old. Had a breast cancer battle, and so it's a very near and dear to my heart event that I do every year. I give all my profits to the fundraiser. So it's very important to me that you know I don't benefit from the fundraiser personally. I give away everything I earn to the breast cancer fundraiser, and then I try to match your donations as well. So anyway, okay, I'm almost done. See, it doesn't take long to fussy cut. Okay, there we go. All right, so this one is going to get popped up right here on, no, I lied. I'm going to put it flat because I'm going to pop up one of those singletons next to it. So here's my flat pea. It's going to go right there. And then these two cute little singleton ones are going to be popped up on the front here. I've heard that, Kathy, that a lot of breast cancer survivors' hair comes back curly. It's kind of weird, isn't it? My sister had very straight hair, and hers came back curly as well. And then a friend of mine at my church here, Carrie Ann, who's been battling breast cancer this last year, hers came back curly as well. So, okay, so look, how happy are those little peas? So I know that can happen. So now I'm pulling out these same embellishments again, but this time I'm using these peach ones. And let's see, I'm going to put one right here. I'm using 5 on this one. One right there, one right here. A little one down in this corner. Boop. So you guys know you can get a card kit to make 2 of each of these cards with any order of $35 or more in my online store. I'm going to put this one right up here, I think. So that is card number 2. What do you guys think about that one? I think it's pretty cute. So that's card number 2. I don't even care what you think. No, I do care. If you knew me, you would know I care. So, but I hope you guys love it as much as I do. I'm going to pan this back out again and start card number 3. So let me put these away here. I'll pull everything back out at the end. So if you come in late you can see all 3 cards that I've done. So my last one is so cute. You make me happy. Isn't that cute? So I'm using those cattail DSP from the Charming Ducks. And the inside just has a panel of that on the bottom. So let's get started on this one. This one I used a 4 1/4 by 11 piece of that lemon lime twist cardstock. Let me pan out just a little bit more. There we go. And then I scored it down the middle at 5 1/2. Okay, so I'm going to use my bone folder, get a good crisp fold on that. Now I am taking a piece of basic white for the inside, 4 by 5 1/4, which is usually the size panel I put on the inside. And I'm just going to add a little panel of this DSP across the bottom to bring the outside into the inside. And then I'm going to glue this flat to the inside of my card base here. There we go. Now I have another piece of basic white. It is also 4 by 5 1/4. And then my DSP is 3 3/4 by 5. I'm just going to layer those on top of each other. Here we go. Thanks, Kathy. I like that too. I think that's fun. And I am pulling a few new colors in on this card. So a little pretty peacock to pull out the pretty peacock in these cattails here. Okay, so I'm gonna put some Seal Plus on the back, and now let's make sure it's opening the way it should. Okay. I'm layering that on top. So now you know that dotted circles embossing folder that we have. I first cut the deckled circle around with the deckled circle die. This deckled circle is the one that is about 4 inches in diameter. And then I ran it through right there in the center of my embossing folder right there. Okay, so this is going to go on top of the card about right like that. Now, I need to cut an edge off here. So I'm going to grab my little mini paper cutter that you can't get anymore. It was one that came out, but it's really handy for things like this. I'm just going to cut an edge off right there so it's straight. And now I'm going to add that right here to kind of add a spotlight. It is so, yeah, it's so pretty, Kathy. You will not regret getting it. The front sides are so cute with the ducks, but the back side too are just fun, simple designs that you can use with any stamp set. All right, so that is the front of my card so far. Now, I have cut one of the countryside corners labels, and this one is 3 3/4 long by about 2.5 wide. And then I used my crocodile or a hand punch to just punch a little circle right there. Okay, this is going to go on the front of my card right like that. So I don't need this little edge right here on the end. So I'm going to go ahead and cut about 1/2 inch off of the edge of this, and then it's going to fit right on right like that. Okay, Okay, so here we go. I'm going to use this large leafy design. So I'm excited for most of you who are customers out there to see the new holiday catalog. If you spent more than $50 with me in the last year, and I knew you weren't a demonstrator, or I didn't know if you were a demonstrator, I sent you a catalog in the mail. If you haven't gotten it already, you should be getting it soon. I always put my name in for the mailing selector, so I kind of have a feel for when my customers will get it, and I haven't gotten mine yet. So I know that they haven't sent them, or at least I haven't gotten them yet. So the stamp I'm using for this one is You Make Me Happy, and I'm going to go ahead and let's see, I'm going to take this block, use it. I'm going to put You Make Me Happy right here, and I'm going to ink up that in Memento Black. You know, Kathy, it really wasn't, we did have a morning of stamping. The things I learned is what I learned from people's swaps that did some amazing things. So I will be able to share some new techniques with y'all, because if I loved it, I went to that person and said, tell me how to do this. So you know me, never shy away from learning something new. Okay, so I'm going to color my leaves again in Lemon Lime Twist. There we go. Becky, I'm glad you feel like you need the Charming Ducks DSP and the embossing fold. They're both awesome. You won't regret making that purchase. There we go. How cute. And then I'm taking a piece of Pretty in Pink ribbon. Let me pull it out from my little box over here. We have ribbons that match all of our new ink colors. And I'm just going to cut about a 10-inch strip. It's probably going to be too much, but I'm going to feed it through my hole right here. I think these countryside corner dies are amazing. I use them often. They come in lots of different sizes. You can use them so this one I made it look like a tag, right? By punching the hole in it and then punching. We do have some amazing tag dies too. I just used this one because I do love it. And so now I'm just going to twist my bow sideways so it'll lay a little more sideways like that. Now this is going to go right on top here with some dimensionals. But before I do that, I'm going to speckle a little bit of my Wink of Stella onto the card. So you guys know I just flick it in the cap here. I just flick, and it's going to add some dots of Wink of Stella to that tag. Just provide a little more bling to it. Boop, 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 boop. And then I'll show you what it looks like when I get done. So I don't know if you can see. I'll lift this up. It just adds, it's kind of hard to see. It's pretty delicate, but I'm going to add some dimensionals now to the back side of this and pop it up on the front of my card. So I'm pretty close to being done. Thank you all for watching this whole time. I knew this class would take a tiny bit longer because of all the blending and the fussy cutting, but I think it's worth it. To be able to show you all the amazing things you can do with this set. Okay, so this is going to go right here in the center of that embossed folder, and there we go. Now, one more thing to do is I'm going to take a scrap of basic white, and I'm going to stamp these cute little peas that are in a pod together in Memento Black ink onto my scrap. And I don't really need that heart at the top because I'm going to use some heart embellishments to fill that in. So I'm going to start blending, and I'm using Pretty Peacock for my pea pod here. And that's going to pull in that Pretty Peacock that is in the paper. Kind of help it all come together. So this is light Pretty Peacock, I think. Yes, good. Whew. Light Pretty Peacock. And I'm going to add... Becky, do you have the Sweet Pea stamp set yet? It's a fun one. Okay, there's my light. And here's my dark that I'm just going to add a little dark under my pea pods, a little dark on the stem here. Cute, huh? Now, light and dark on my little peas. Color the whole pea in. Cute, cute. There we go. Add a little dark shading here at the bottom. And I decided on this one to grab my, let's see, where did I put them? My pink blends. I thought they were right here, but maybe I put them someplace weird. Here, I'll grab another one from here. And I just added some little, like, blushing cheeks to my peas because they're in love and they're blushing. Peas that are in love. There we go. So add a little blush. Here we go. Can you see it? Cute. Okay, so now I'm just going to fussy cut this out. And you guys are like, no, don't cut off that heart. But trust me, I'm going to add an embellishment that will be cute, that will fill that in. Since I am fussy cutting this, it's kind of hard to fussy cut around that heart, right? So here we go. So you guys know you can get this kit. I provide everything to make 2 of each card with a $35 order in my online store. If you place a $50 order, I'll throw in a package of embellishments for free. So something to think about. Or you can just watch this video and use your own stuff. That's why it's called free. It's because I provide that for you. All right, now before I put that on my, I'm going to flick some Wink of Stella onto my piece, give them a little shimmer and shine. Whoop, whoop. Okay, so can you guys see that shimmer there? Adds a little shimmer to my piece. I'll let that, Wink of Stella does dry pretty quickly, but I wouldn't put them flat on my paper quite yet. So I'm going to add some dimensionals to the back. And this is going to go right there. How cute is that? So cute, right? Now, you may not realize, but in our online store, we still have these embellishments that coordinated with the bees from the mini catalog last year. They are still available, and lots of fun hearts and flowers and things. This is called adhesive backed hearts and flowers. And we have these pink embellishments of these hearts here. I want a big one though, and I feel like I had a package that had the larger heart in it, but if not, I will just open a new one. Oh, here it is right here. I knew I wasn't crazy. Well, I might be crazy, but I'm going to use these pink hearts right here. I'm using a big one right over top of the 2 peas that are in the pod. Right there. And then I'm adding a couple of smaller ones. I'm going to see if I can grab that other piece, but no. Oh, here it is, right here. A couple of smaller ones. One right here. There we go. And then another one over here to the side right here. All right, there we go. How cute is that? Okay, so I'll pull out all the cards. I know. Who doesn't love Wink of Stella, right? Everyone does. So I'll pull out all my cards. This is card number 3. Let me kind of clean things up a bit for you here. You make me happy. Here's a happy birthday in pool party with the Shy Shamrock ink. And then here's a happy birthday in the Pretty in Pink. Let me zoom out a little. Zoom out, zoom in. What do I want to do? Let's zoom in. So this is what you would get a card kit to make. You have to fussy cut your piece just like I did, and you have to stamp everything yourself. I'm not allowed to send you stamped images. So if you're interested in this card class, I love it. You need to put in a $35 or more order in my online store, and I will send you a kit in the mail to make these cards. All the pieces you need to make these cards on your own. Okay, I'm going to switch over here to my face. And as always, I'm so grateful to have all of you in my life. Thank you for sticking with this very long video. It wasn't very long. An hour is typical. It looks like it's been an hour and 7 minutes. So I hope you guys love the cards. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me make them. And as always, I'm humbled and honored to have you here with me on Mondays at noon. I will be back next Monday with another online card class to go. And if you need a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would love to be that person for you. So God bless. I will see you next Monday. Bye-bye.